There are Roosevelt dimes hiding in everyday pockets and change jars that should not exist in the real world, yet they do, and the few collectors who recognize them have turned simple 10-cent pieces into life-changing money. These are the ultra-rare Roosevelt dimes worth thousands, and in extreme cases, millions, but only if you know exactly what to look for and where these hidden treasures can appear. Today you will discover the 10 most shocking Roosevelt dimes ever found, the coins that can make you a millionaire if you understand the signs, the details, and the secrets that most people miss every single day. Number 1. Something unusual is happening with an ordinary United States dime from 1967, and the truth behind this small piece of metal has shocked collectors across the country. Millions of people have handled this coin without realizing that a rare combination of grade, strike quality, and hidden minting mistakes can turn a simple 10-cent coin into a powerful treasure worth real money. The 1967 Roosevelt dime is a coin from a very strange moment in American history. When the United States Mint was fighting a national coin shortage and removed mint marks from all coins for 3 straight years. Because of this decision, every dime from 1967 carries no mint mark, but only a tiny number of them survived in exceptional condition or with rare mint errors, and those are the pieces that serious collectors chase today. This dime is made of a copper and nickel-clad composition, weighs 2.27 grams, and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. Most examples were struck quickly and sent into circulation, which means sharp, fully detailed, perfect pieces are extremely rare. The dimes that excite collectors show full torch lines on the reverse, perfect details around Roosevelt's profile, and brilliant luster that survived almost 60 years without damage. The reason this coin can become valuable begins with condition. The United States Mint in the 1960s did not focus on creating perfect strikes, so a strong, crisp strike from this year is already unusual. Finding a coin with clean surfaces, no wear, and full torch bands is incredibly difficult, and this is why high-grade examples are worth real money today. Collectors compete for these rare high-grade survivors because they stand apart from the millions of worn and damaged pieces still circulating. But the second source of value is even more exciting, because 1967 produced some powerful mint errors that slipped through undetected. Look carefully for off-center strikes, broad strikes, full double dies, missing clad layers, and dramatic misaligned die strikes. A missing clad layer error will show a golden or bronze-colored surface, while a strong off-center strike will show a large blank crescent where the design is missing. Errors like these instantly multiply the value of this dime because collectors love unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. Real coin hunting requires attention to detail, so check the edges, the lettering, the torch, and Roosevelt's profile. Look for doubling at the date or model, look for separated torch lines, and inspect the rim quality. If your dime shows exceptional sharpness or an unusual minting issue, it may be far more valuable than a normal example. Grading is extremely important for the 1967 Roosevelt dime, because only professional grading can confirm Mint State 67 or Mint State 68 quality. If you believe your coin is special, PCGS or NGC will authenticate and assign a certified grade that collectors trust. High grades are extremely rare for this year, and a certified slab proves the true value of the coin to buyers in the market. Now let us talk about real money, because the highest verified auction prices for this dime are impressive. A top-grade 1967 Roosevelt dime in Mint State 68 sold for more than $2,460 at a heritage auction. Another exceptional example in Mint State 67 Plus brought more than $1,920. A third high-grade example reached around $1,440 in a Great Collections sale. These are real verified prices paid by collectors in the United States coin market. Now let us reveal the estimated extreme high price. If a nearly perfect Mint State 68 full bands example or the first ever Mint State 69 example appears, it could reach between $4,000 and $5,000 in today's market. Perfection is extremely rare for this year, and the demand for top-graded dimes has increased every single year. Now let us reveal the error coin estimate. A major off-center strike, a clear double die, or a missing clad layer error from 1967 can sell for anywhere between $1,000 and $3,000 depending on sharpness and eye appeal. Error collectors pay strong premiums for dramatic mistakes, and the 1967 dime has produced some of the most exciting errors of the entire decade. If you find a rare high-grade example or a powerful error, you can sell it through major United States marketplaces such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers Galleries, Great Collections, or a graded listing on eBay. Always compare your coin to recent auction results to understand the real value before selling, and always consider professional grading to protect your investment. The 1967 Roosevelt dime may look simple, but it hides surprising potential that most people never notice. Your everyday pocket change could contain a rare high-grade survivor or a dramatic mint error waiting to be discovered, and the only way to know is to check every detail with patience and knowledge. If you enjoy real truth about United States rare coins, powerful education, and honest coin collecting information, then please like this video, comment below if you have any 1967 dimes, share this video with other collectors, and subscribe to HD Coins World for more rare coin discoveries and real market knowledge. Number 2. Something extraordinary hides inside a tiny 10-cent coin from 1975, and the mystery surrounding the Roosevelt dime with no mint mark has shocked collectors and rewritten the history of modern American coins. Most people have touched this dime thousands of times, but almost nobody understands that two completely different versions exist, and one of them has sold for more than $500,000. The story begins with a simple truth. In 1975, the United States Mint produced two types of dimes that show no mint mark, and the difference between them is enormous. The common version is the regular business strike dime from Philadelphia, which naturally carries no mint mark. But the second version is the almost impossible to find 1975 no S proof dime from San Francisco, a coin that should carry an S mint mark but was accidentally released without one. One version is common and often overlooked, but the other is one of the most valuable modern coins ever discovered. The regular business strike dime from Philadelphia is made of copper and nickel-clad composition, weighs 2.27 grams, and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. These coins were mass-produced, heavily circulated, and show normal signs of wear. In high grades they can be valuable, but they do not reach sky-high auction numbers. Their value depends on condition, with strong luster, clean surfaces, and sharp torch lines creating the highest premiums. Now let us move to the coin that changed everything. The 1975 no S proof dime was struck at the San Francisco Mint, where every proof coin should display a clear S mint mark. But during production, a small number of proof die pairs were mistakenly prepared without the S mint mark. Only 2 genuine examples have ever been confirmed, and these coins were never intended to enter circulation. They escaped the mint undetected, and their discovery sent shockwaves throughout the numismatic world. To identify the legendary no S proof dime, look for a mirror-like reflective surface, frosted design elements, and the distinctive appearance of a proof strike. The key detail is the missing mint mark on a coin that should absolutely have one. If a proof coin from 1975 shows no S, it is one of the rarest modern coins in existence. A circulation strike dime from Philadelphia will look dull, normal, and clearly different, so learning this difference is the first step to identifying true value. Now let us reveal the highest verified auction prices ever recorded for the 1975 no S proof dime. One known example sold for an astonishing $506,250 at Great Collections, setting a new record for modern Roosevelt dimes. The second example sold earlier for a massive $456,000 at a Heritage auction, proving that the missing mint mark error is one of the most valuable mistakes ever made by the United States Mint. In comparison, the regular 1975 Philadelphia dime with no mint mark has far lower auction prices, but still holds value in high grades. A Mint State 67 example has sold for more than $700. Another strong Mint State 67 example has sold for more than $580 due to powerful luster and razor-sharp details. Even certified mint state 66 coins can reach over $100 when the surfaces are exceptionally clean. Now let us reveal the estimated extreme high price for the rare proof error. If a third 1975 no-S proof dime were discovered today in flawless deep cameo condition, experts believe it could reach between $600,000 and $700,000. The combination of ultra-low population and historic minting error would create overwhelming demand at every major auction house. For error coin collectors interested in the regular circulation dime, dramatic off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, or missing clad layers from 1975 can still bring strong value. These errors can sell for anywhere between $300 and $1,000 depending on grade, strike quality, and visual appeal. If you believe you have a special 1975 dime, the next step is proper authentication. High-grade circulation coins and any suspected proof no-S coins should be submitted to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. After certification, the best places to sell include heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers galleries, great collections, or trusted online marketplaces such as eBay when a graded slab is available. The 1975 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark is a powerful reminder that tiny details can create massive value in the world of rare coins. A common dime may be worth only face value, but a proof dime lacking its mint mark can command prices that change lives. This is why every collector should check every coin carefully and never ignore the smallest details. If you enjoy real rare coin knowledge, powerful truth, and honest collector education, then please like this video. Comment below if you have any 1975 dimes, share this video with other collectors, and subscribe to HD Coins World for more exciting modern treasure discoveries. Number 3. Something truly unbelievable hides inside one of the smallest silver coins ever minted by the United States, and the 1894 Barber dime is a treasure surrounded by mystery, myth, and a level of rarity that almost defies imagination. This coin is not valuable in hundreds, or thousands, or even hundreds of thousands. This coin has sold for millions of dollars, and its story continues to stun collectors more than 130 years after its creation. The mystery begins in San Francisco during a year when the United States Mint produced almost no Barber dimes at all. Records show that only 24 examples of the 1894 dime were ever struck, and only 9 examples are believed to survive today. These coins were possibly created as a special presentation for bankers, or minted to balance official accounts, or even struck as gifts for high-ranking individuals. No one knows the full truth, and that mystery is a major part of what makes this coin so legendary. This rare dime is made of 90% silver and 10% copper, weighs 2.5 grams, and has a diameter of 17.9 millimeters. The reverse displays a powerful wreath surrounding the words "1 dime", with the small S mint mark placed just below the ribbon. This tiny mint mark is the only clue that confirms you are holding one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the entire history of the United States Mint. Collectors admire the 1894 dime because it is not just rare, it is historically important and almost impossible to find in any grade. Every surviving example holds enormous value because so few were minted, so few were saved, and so few remain today. Even well-worn pieces sell for shocking amounts, and high-grade examples are worth more than luxury cars, luxury homes, and even some businesses. This coin is the perfect example of how rarity and survival create intense demand in the world of numismatics. The finest examples of the 1894 Barber dime have achieved auction prices that most collectors once believed were impossible. One extraordinary example sold for an incredible $1,992,000 in a major United States auction, placing it among the most valuable dimes ever sold. Another exceptional example sold for $1,322,500. Proving that this coin is a $1 million rarity no matter its grade or surface quality. These verified prices show the true power of rarity combined with American history. Grading is extremely important for this coin because condition affects value dramatically, even among $1 million pieces. Surviving examples range from heavily worn to nearly flawless, and every detail matters when collectors evaluate these iconic treasures. Sharp details in Liberty's portrait, strong outlines in the wreath, bold date numerals, and clean surfaces make a tremendous difference in value and desirability. Because these coins are so rare, even moderate wear does not prevent them from reaching sky-high prices. While the 1894 S dime is famous for its rarity, a few varieties and minor striking differences have also appeared. Look carefully for repunched mint marks, dye polishing lines, or doubled elements in the lettering or wreath. Any unique variety from this year becomes even more desirable due to its extremely limited population. A genuine 1894 S Barber dime, no matter the variety, instantly becomes one of the most important pieces in any collection. Authentication is absolutely critical because of the coin's massive value. Anyone who believes they may have an 1894 S dime must submit it to PCGS or NGC for immediate authentication and grading. These grading companies protect the coin, confirm its legitimacy, and open the door to million-dollar auction markets. Without professional certification, a coin of this magnitude cannot be sold safely. The best places to sell this coin are elite United States auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers Galleries, and Great Collections. These platforms have handled the world's rarest United States coins and attract serious collectors willing to pay seven-figure prices. A certified 1894 S dime will always receive national attention, strong bidding, and expert handling throughout the auction process. The 1894 S Barber dime is more than a coin. It is a legend, a mystery, a survivor of history, and one of the rarest pieces ever produced by the United States Mint. Only a handful remain, and every surviving example is worth more than $1 million. This is a coin that transforms collections, inspires treasure hunters, and proves that small things sometimes carry unimaginable value. If you enjoy powerful truth about rare American coins, deep collector knowledge, and honest education, then please like this video, comment if you have any Barber dimes, share this video with collectors and treasure hunters, and subscribe to HD Coins World for more incredible coin discoveries. Number 4. There is a hidden clue inside the everyday change of millions of Americans, and the 1966 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark holds a secret that most people have never taken the time to uncover. This tiny coin looks ordinary at first glance, but rare high-grade survivors and dramatic minting errors from this year have surprised collectors with prices that reach into the thousands, proving that even a simple 10-cent coin can carry unexpected value. The mystery of the 1966 Roosevelt dime begins during one of the most chaotic periods in United States mint history. Silver coins had disappeared from circulation, the public was hoarding anything with silver content, and the United States Mint was forced to strike billions of new copper and nickel-clad coins to keep the economy moving. To speed up production and reduce confusion, the Mint removed all mint marks between 1965 and 1967, which means every dime from this period shows no mint mark. This dime is made of copper and nickel-clad composition, weighs 2.27 grams, and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. The edges are reeded, the strike quality varies, and the overall appearance can range from weak and dull to surprisingly sharp and full of luster. Because the Mint focused on speed instead of quality, finding a well-struck high-grade example is far more difficult than most people imagine. Collectors know that condition is the most powerful factor affecting the value of this coin. Most 1966 dimes have heavy wear, scratches, and flat details, making them worth only face value. But a rare high-grade survivor with sharp torch lines, bright surfaces, and clean fields is extremely desirable. In fact, one of the highest-graded 1966 special mint set dimes with the famous 5 on cheek variety sold for an incredible $12,499.99, proving that this year hides serious potential in the right condition, even without that famous variety. A perfect regular strike with razor-sharp details is very rare. Professional price guides show that a Mint State 68 full bands example could reach as high as $2,500 due to extreme scarcity, because almost no 1966 dimes survive in such perfect quality. Collectors pay strong premiums for top-graded pieces because they understand how difficult it is for a clad coin from this chaotic era to remain flawless. Mint errors from this year can increase the value dramatically. Look carefully for missing clad layers, which show a golden bronze surface on one side. Watch for off-center strikes that reveal large blank areas where the design is missing. Double dies, broad strikes, die cracks, and tilted hub strikes can also raise the price. Depending on condition and severity, a dramatic error from 1966 can bring anywhere between $300 and $1,000, and sometimes more if the error is visually impressive. Real coin hunters examine every detail, because subtle mistakes can turn an ordinary dime into a valuable prize. Look at the rims for distortion, examine the torch bands for full separation, and study the date for doubling or unusual spacing. Many of the most valuable examples were discovered by collectors who refused to overlook even the smallest detail. Grading is extremely important for this coin because the market places tremendous trust in certified pieces. A 1966 dime that looks perfect to the eye may achieve a much higher grade when submitted to PCGS or NGC, and a certified slab protects the coin's surfaces and unlocks access to serious buyers. If your coin has strong luster, sharp details, and no apparent damage, grading is the smartest decision for maximizing value. If you discover a rare high-grade example or a strong mint error, the best places to sell it are major United States auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers Galleries, and Great Collections. Certified examples also perform extremely well on eBay because buyers trust slabs from PCGS and NGC, and competition between collectors can drive the final sale price upward. The 1966 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark is a reminder that even the most ordinary coins can hide surprising value when rarity, history, and condition come together. A special variety can reach $12,499.99. A top-graded example can reach $2,500, and a dramatic error can bring hundreds more. This is why serious collectors never ignore small coins, because incredible finds often hide in plain sight. If you enjoy powerful truth about United States rare coins, real collector knowledge, and honest education, then please like this video, comment if you have any 1966 dimes, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to HD Coins World for more exciting discoveries. Number 5. There is a strange and unexpected mystery inside one of the most overlooked coins of the 1970s. And the 1974 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark carries secrets that most people never notice until they see the unbelievable prices that rare survivors can reach. This coin looks completely ordinary, yet in the right condition and with the right strike quality, it has shocked collectors with values far beyond what anyone would expect from a small piece of pocket change. The story of the 1974 D Roosevelt dime begins at the Denver Mint during a time of massive coin production in the United States. Hundreds of millions of dimes were being struck every year, and the mint was operating at incredible speed to meet the demands of a growing economy. Because of this fast production, quality control was inconsistent, and sharply struck high-grade examples from this year are far rarer than people realize. This dime is made of copper and nickel-clad composition, weighs 2.27 grams, and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. The D mint mark appears just to the right of Roosevelt's portrait, confirming it was produced in Denver. Many examples show weak torch lines, flat details, and heavy marks because they were never intended to be saved in perfect condition. But the rare high-grade survivors with clean surfaces and strong torch bands are extremely valuable today. Collectors know that condition and strike strength are the two most important factors for this coin. The most desirable pieces are graded with full bands, meaning the horizontal bands on the torch are fully separated and sharply struck. Full bands dimes are especially rare from this year because Denver's production quality created a large number of soft, pearly struck pieces. That is why the few examples with bold details and perfect luster are worth real money. Now let us move to one of the most exciting parts of this coin's story, the rare mint errors that add even more value. Look carefully for dramatic off-center strikes, broad strikes, double dies, missing clad layers, and powerful die cracks. A missing clad layer error will reveal a copper-colored surface on one side, and a strong off-center strike can reveal large blank areas where the design never touched the planchet. These striking mistakes can raise the value dramatically for collectors who specialize in error coins. Real coin hunters understand that many of the most valuable 1974 D dimes were discovered by people who simply checked their coins carefully. Look at the rims for unusual stretching, inspect the torch for strong band separation, study the letters for doubling, and never ignore an unusual shine or unusually clean surface. Even one high-grade survivor can stand out from millions of ordinary examples. Now let us reveal the highest verified auction price ever recorded for the 1974 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark. A spectacular Mint State 67 full bands example sold for an impressive $1,020 at a major United States auction. This result proves that top-grade survivors from this year are extremely rare and extremely desirable to serious collectors. Now let us reveal the estimated extreme high price that a perfect example might reach. If a Mint State 68 full bands dime with flawless surfaces, full luster, and perfect strike quality were discovered, experts believe it could reach between $1,500 and $2,000 in today's strong collector market. Perfection is rare for this year, and collectors aggressively compete for the best examples. Now let us reveal the error coin estimate. A dramatic off-center strike, a missing clad layer, or a strong double die from 1974 D can bring anywhere between $300 and $800 depending on the severity and grade. Error collectors love dramatic mistakes, and this year offers several impressive varieties. If you discover a rare high-grade or error example, the best places to sell include major United States auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and Stack's Bowers Galleries. Certified examples also perform extremely well on eBay, because buyers trust PCGS and NGC grading and are willing to pay strong premiums for top-quality coins. The 1974 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark may look ordinary, but hidden among the millions of circulating pieces are rare treasures with striking value. A high-grade survivor can bring $1,020, a perfect full bands example could reach $2,000, and a powerful error could add hundreds more. This is why serious collectors never underestimate the small coins in their pocket change. Number 6. Every time a cashier hands back a handful of coins, there is a chance a tiny Denver dime from 1976 is hiding in that pile, quietly defying its 10-cent label. Most people let it slip through their fingers without a second thought, but a small number of rare high-grade examples and dramatic mint errors of the 1976 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark have proven that this ordinary-looking coin can sell for real collector money when the right features come together. The story of the 1976 D Roosevelt dime begins at the Denver Mint during a busy decade for American coinage, when hundreds of millions of copper and nickel-clad dimes were struck for everyday use. Denver alone produced well over 690 million dimes in 1976, flooding circulation with pieces that were never meant to be saved in perfect condition. That huge mintage means most examples are common, but it also means that only a very small percentage survived with the kind of flawless surfaces and strong strikes that serious collectors will pay big premiums for. The 1976 D Roosevelt dime is made of a copper and nickel-clad alloy over a pure copper core, with a metal mix of 75% copper and 25% nickel on the surface. It weighs about 2.27 grams and measures roughly 17.9 millimeters in diameter, with a sharply reeded edge when fully struck. On the obverse you see the familiar portrait of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt facing left, and just to the right of his neck is the small D mint mark that tells you this coin was made in Denver. Most 1976 D dimes were struck quickly and entered circulation almost immediately, so the average piece you find today will show dull luster, contact marks, and flat details in the hair and in the torch on the reverse. What makes this coin valuable is not the average example, but the rare high-grade survivor that still shows bright original mint luster, nearly perfect surfaces, and powerful detail in the design. The most desirable coins are those that receive the full bands designation, where the horizontal bands on the torch are fully separated and clearly defined. proving that the die struck the coin with maximum strength. Because quality control was not focused on perfect strikes in this era, sharply struck full bands dimes from 1970-60 are much scarcer than the raw mintage numbers suggest. A coin with full bands, no visible wear, minimal marks, and blazing luster stands far above the crowd and becomes a target for registry set collectors who want the very best examples from each date and mint. This intense competition for the top-graded pieces is exactly what drives the price of rare high-grade dimes much higher than common uncirculated coins. Now let us talk about errors and varieties, because they can turn a normal 1970-60 dime into something truly special. Look closely for off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, broad strikes where the coin appears wider and slightly distorted, missing clad layer errors that reveal a copper-colored core on one side, and strong double dies that show clear doubling in the date or lettering. Any dramatic error from this year can lift the value significantly, especially when the coin also remains in high mint state condition. Real coin hunting for this date means you must train your eye to spot both quality and mistakes at the same time. Examine the rims for even thickness, check the lettering for clean edges and any signs of doubling, inspect the torch bands to see whether they are fully split, and study the fields for heavy marks or scratches. If you find a 1970-60 dime that looks unusually sharp and clean compared to the others, especially with strong torch bands, you may have a coin worth sending in for professional grading. Grading is absolutely critical when it comes to unlocking the full value of the 1970-60 Roosevelt dime. A coin that appears nice in a handheld flip might qualify as mint state 67 full bands under professional evaluation, and that level of grade has already proven that it can command serious money in the auction room. Submitting your best candidate coins to PCGS or NGC not only confirms authenticity and grade, but also places them in tamper-evident holders that serious buyers trust. Now let us reveal the highest verified auction price for a 1976 Roosevelt dime with the D Mint mark and full bands designation. One spectacular example graded mint state 67 full bands sold for an impressive $1,560 at a major heritage auction, proving that this small clad dime can reach four-figure prices when the quality is truly elite. That sale stands as the benchmark that shows just how far a top-graded 1970-60 dime can go when collectors compete for the finest known pieces. For the estimated extreme high price, we must imagine what could happen if an even better coin appears in the future. If a nearly perfect mint state 68 full bands example with blazing luster, virtually no marks, and textbook sharp torch bands were discovered and offered in a strong market, experts believe it could realistically reach between $2,000 and $2,500 at auction. That level of perfection would attract intense interest from registry collectors who are always searching for upgrades to their top ranking sets. For era coins, the value picture looks a little different but still very exciting. A dramatic 1970-60 dime with a major off-center strike, a large missing clad layer, or a bold double die in high mint state condition could sell for anywhere between $300 and $1,000, depending on how dramatic and eye-catching the error appears to collectors. Error specialists love coins that tell a story about something going wrong at the mint, and they are willing to pay strong prices for unusual examples from otherwise common years. If you believe you have a special 1970-60 Roosevelt dime, whether it is a high-grade full bands example or a dramatic mint error, the smartest next step is to have it graded by PCGS or NGC. Once it is certified, you can offer it through major United States auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or Stack's Bowers Galleries, where serious collectors actively search for top-graded modern dimes. You can also sell graded coins on eBay, where certification gives buyers confidence and helps your coin stand out from ordinary ungraded pieces. Number 7. There is a coin from the early 1980s that almost everyone in America has touched, yet only a few people have realized the hidden value inside it. The 1982 Roosevelt dime with the D Mint mark looks simple and ordinary, but rare high-grade survivors and dramatic mint errors have proved that this small 10-cent coin can bring real collector money in the right conditions. The story of the 1982 Roosevelt dime begins in Denver during an era when the United States Mint was striking coins at full speed to support a rapidly changing economy. Millions of dimes were produced every day, and the focus was on volume, not perfection. Most coins entered circulation immediately, picking up heavy marks, dull surfaces, and flat torch lines. This is exactly why rare high-grade survivors from this year are far more valuable than most people expect. This coin is made of copper and nickel-clad composition, weighs 2.27 grams, and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. The small D mint mark appears just to the right of Roosevelt's neck, confirming that the coin was minted in Denver. Although the design is familiar, the quality varies dramatically, and finding a perfect example from this year is extremely difficult, especially with sharp torch details on the reverse. Collectors know that the rarest examples from 1982 are the coins with the full bands designation, where the horizontal bands on the torch are fully separated and cleanly struck. These full bands dimes show a level of strike quality that Denver rarely achieved in that year, and that is why they are so valuable today. A coin that shows strong luster, fully struck details, and minimal marks is the type of coin that serious collectors will pay strong premiums for. Now let us talk about errors, because 1982 produced some exciting mistakes. Look closely for off-center strikes, broad strikes that cause the coin to expand outward, missing clad layer errors that reveal a copper-colored surface, and double die varieties showing doubling in the date or lettering. Any of these dramatic mint errors can add significant value when combined with strong eye appeal and high mint state condition. Real coin hunting means checking every detail with patience and skill. Examine the rims for uniform thickness, inspect the lettering for sharp edges or doubling, study the torch to see if the bands are fully separated, and compare the luster of your dime against others from the same period. Many collectors overlook valuable coins simply because they do not take time to study the details. Especially on modern clad dimes, grading is extremely important for this coin, because only professionally graded pieces can reach the top of the market. If you believe your 1982 dime has exceptional detail, beautiful luster, and crisp surfaces, sending it to PCGS or NGC is essential. A high-grade certification can multiply the value and place your coin in the sights of serious buyers who only purchase certified collectibles. Now let us reveal the two highest verified auction prices for the 1982 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark. The highest recorded price is a spectacular $1,320 for a mint state 67 full bands example, proving that perfect strike quality and strong surfaces can lift this modern dime into four-figure territory. The second highest verified price is around $400 for another high-grade mint state full bands survivor, showing that quality from this year is extremely rare and extremely valuable. Now let us reveal the estimated extreme high price. If a flawless mint state 68 full bands example were discovered, showing blazing luster, perfect surfaces, and textbook sharp strike quality, experts believe it could reach between $1,500 and $2,000 in today's competitive collector market. Such perfection would attract intense bidding from registry set collectors who search for the finest examples of every date and mint mark. For error coins, a dramatic off-center strike, missing clad layer, or bold double die from 1982 can bring anywhere between $200 and $700 depending on condition and visual impact. Error collectors love coins that tell a story, and a dramatic mistake from this year can lift the value far above normal levels. If you discover a rare high-grade or error example, the best-selling platforms include Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and Stack's Bowers Galleries. You can also sell graded coins on eBay, where certification gives buyers confidence and encourages competitive bidding. Always compare your coin to recent sales to understand the true market value before listing. The 1982 Roosevelt dime may look small and simple, but hidden in that tiny piece of metal is a surprising combination of rarity, condition, and history. The few high-grade survivors and dramatic mistakes from this year prove that even modern clad dimes can offer big rewards when collectors know what to look for. Number 8. Most collectors walk right past this modern dime without ever turning it over. but hidden among the millions of ordinary examples is a rare version that almost no one expects. The 1999 Roosevelt dime with the P Mint mark looks simple, common, and unimportant at first glance, yet a few perfect survivors from this year have shocked collectors with prices far beyond what a modern 10-cent coin should ever bring. The story of the 1999 P. Roosevelt dime begins at the Philadelphia Mint during a time when the United States was preparing for the new millennium and striking massive numbers of circulation coins. The Mint produced hundreds of millions of dimes that year, and most entered circulation immediately, picking up scratches, dull surfaces, weak torch lines, and the marks of everyday use. Because such a huge number of these coins were made for spending, not saving, finding a flawless high-grade example has become incredibly difficult. This dime is made of copper and nickel-clad composition, weighs 2.27 grams, and has a diameter of 17.9 millimeters. The small P Mint mark appears to the right of Roosevelt's neck, confirming that it was made in Philadelphia. While the vast majority of these coins show average detail and normal circulation wear, a tiny number of sharply struck, beautifully preserved examples have captured the attention of registry set collectors who want only the finest coins available. Collectors know that the most valuable 1999 P dimes are the ones with the full bands designation on the reverse. Full bands means the horizontal lines on the torch are fully separated and clearly defined, showing that the die struck the coin with maximum strength. Full bands coins are rare from this year, because many examples show soft, flat details due to fast production speed. When a coin shows full bands, full luster, and almost perfect surfaces, the value increases dramatically. Mint errors also add special value to this year's dime. Look closely for off-center strikes where part of the design is shifted to one side. Watch for missing clad layer errors that expose the copper core and give the coin a bronze-colored appearance. Check for broad strikes that cause the coin to expand outward, and double die varieties where doubling appears in the numbers or lettering. Any of these dramatic mistakes can increase the coin's value far above normal levels. Real coin hunting requires patience and skill. Examine the rims carefully for distortion, inspect the torch bands for full separation, study the lettering for sharp edges or doubling, and compare the luster with other dimes from the same year. Many collectors miss valuable examples because the differences can be subtle, and only a trained eye can spot the coins that deserve professional grading. Grading is extremely important for the 1999 P. Roosevelt dime, because only professionally certified coins can reach the highest levels of the market. If a coin shows sharp details, bright luster, and no visible damage, sending it to PCGS or NGC is the smartest way to unlock its true value. A high-grade certification gives buyers confidence and can multiply the price of a coin instantly. Now let us reveal the two highest verified auction prices ever recorded for the 1999 Roosevelt dime with the P Mint mark. The highest recorded value is an impressive $575 for a stunning Mint State 68 full bands example that showed exceptional strike quality and nearly flawless surfaces. The second highest verified price is $360 for another superb Mint State 67 full bands example, proving that high-grade survivors are extremely rare and highly sought after. Now let us reveal the estimated extreme high price for this coin. If a perfect Mint State 68 Plus or a new discovery of Mint State 69 full bands were ever found, experts believe it could reach between $700 and $1,000 in today's strong collector market. Because modern clad coins rarely survive in perfect condition, such a discovery would generate intense interest among registry collectors who chase the finest known examples. 4 error coins, a dramatic off-center strike, a missing clad layer, or a bold double die from 1999 can sell anywhere between $100 and $500 depending on the strength of the error and the coin's overall condition. Error collectors love coins that show unusual minting mistakes, and strong visual errors can attract serious bidding. If you discover a rare high-grade or error example, the best places to sell include heritage auctions, great collections, and Stack's Bowers galleries. Graded coins also perform strongly on eBay, where certification protects buyers and helps high-grade examples stand out from the crowd. Number 9. There is a modern dime hiding in plain sight that almost every American has handled, yet very few people understand that a rare version of it has sold for surprising money at real United States auctions. The 2010 Roosevelt dime with the P Mint mark may look like a simple coin from your pocket, but rare high-grade survivors and dramatic minting errors have transformed this recent dime into an unexpected collector treasure. The story of the 2010 P. Roosevelt dime begins at the Philadelphia Mint, where over 1 billion dimes were struck that year to power the nation's circulation. With such massive production, most coins left the mint with ordinary luster, contact marks, and flat details. Because these coins were meant for daily use, very few perfect examples survived, and the rare high-grade pieces from this year have become extremely desirable to collectors who chase the finest modern coins. This dime is made of copper and nickel-clad alloy, weighs 2.27 grams, and has a diameter of 17.9 millimeters. The P Mint mark sits to the right of President Roosevelt's neck, identifying the coin's Philadelphia origin. While the design has not changed much since 1946, the quality from year to year does change, and the 2010 P dime is known for being difficult to find in flawless condition, especially with crisp strike details. Collectors know that the most valuable examples of this coin are the ones with the full bands designation. Full bands means the horizontal lines on the torch are completely separated and sharply struck. Because the Philadelphia Mint used high-speed machinery in 2010, many coins show weak strikes, soft torch details, and faint band separation. Any coin that displays strong luster, perfect surfaces, and fully separated torch bands stands out immediately and becomes a top candidate for grading. Now let us talk about mint errors, because even a modern dime can carry rare mistakes that add serious value. Look for missing clad layer errors revealing the copper core underneath the surface. Watch for off-center strikes where part of the design is pushed to one side. Examine the coin for broad strikes that stretch the rim outward or doubled die varieties where doubling appears in the lettering or numbers. A dramatic error on a 2010 P dime can turn a common coin into a valuable collectible. Real coin hunting means checking every detail with patience and skill. Study the rims for distortion, inspect the lettering for clean edges, examine the fields for marks or scratches, and compare luster between multiple coins. Many collectors overlook valuable coins simply because they do not inspect them closely, especially with modern dates where high-grade examples are rare. Grading is extremely important for this coin, because without professional certification, a 2010 P dime cannot reach the top of the market. PCGS and NGC confirm the grade, verify authenticity, and assign the full bands designation when appropriate. A coin that looks ordinary in your hand might qualify as Mint State 67 or Mint State 68 under professional lighting and magnification, and certification can multiply its value instantly. Now let us reveal the two highest verified auction prices for the 2010 Roosevelt dime with the P Mint mark. The most valuable example ever recorded was a Mint State 68 full bands piece that sold for $242 at a major United States auction. The second highest verified price was around $55 for a strong Mint State 67 full bands example, proving that high-grade survivors from this year are much harder to find than people realize. Now let us reveal the estimated extreme high price. If a nearly perfect Mint State 68 plus full bands coin or a new discovery of Mint State 69 full bands appears, experts believe it could reach between $300 and $400 in the current collector market. Modern dimes rarely achieve such grades, and collectors pay strong premiums for the finest examples. For error coins, a dramatic missing clad layer, a bold off-center strike, or a strong double die from 2010 P can bring anywhere between $100 and $300 depending on the severity and condition. Error collectors especially love modern mistakes because they are visually striking and easier to authenticate. If you discover a rare high-grade or error example, the best platforms for selling are major United States auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and Stack's Bowers Galleries. Certified coins also sell strongly on eBay because buyers trust PCGS and NGC grading and compete aggressively for top specimens. Number 10. Most people believe that modern pocket change has no collector value at all, Yet a surprising truth hides inside one of the most recent dimes produced by the United States Mint. The 2015 Roosevelt dime with the P Mint mark appears completely ordinary to the untrained eye, but rare high-grade survivors and dramatic mint errors have proven that even a modern dime can reach impressive prices when the strike quality and condition are exceptional. The story of the 2015 P. Roosevelt dime begins at the Philadelphia Mint during a period when production numbers were extremely high and coinage technology was finely tuned, but not perfect. Hundreds of millions of dimes were minted that year, and the vast majority entered circulation immediately, collecting scratches, rubbing, and flat torch lines that destroyed the chance of achieving a top certified grade. This is why the few well-preserved survivors from 2015 have become desirable treasures for serious modern coin collectors. This dime is made of copper and nickel-clad alloy, weighs 2.27 grams, and has a diameter of 17.9 millimeters. The P Mint mark sits to the right of Roosevelt's neck, marking its Philadelphia origin. While this coin may seem simple, the strike quality varies significantly, and the difference between a common dime and a valuable dime comes down to a few critical details, especially in the torch bands on the reverse. Collectors know that the most valuable examples of the 2015 P dime are those that achieve the full bands designation. Full bands means the horizontal bands on the torch are fully separated and boldly defined, showing that the coin was struck with exceptional pressure and fresh dies. Because circulation dimes from modern years rarely display this level of precision, a true full bands example with high luster becomes a top candidate for grading and a strong contender for high value in the marketplace. Now let us talk about mint errors, because even modern dimes can show dramatic mistakes that collectors pay strong premiums for. Look for missing clad layer errors that reveal a copper-colored surface. Watch for off-center strikes where part of the design is missing. Study the coin for broad strikes that expand the rim outward or double die varieties that show clear doubling in the lettering or numbers. Any of these striking errors can increase the value of a 2015 P dime far above face value. Real coin hunting means studying every detail with patience and focus. Check the rim for even thickness, inspect the lettering for sharp edges, evaluate the torch bands for full separation, and compare the luster with other dimes from the same year. Many valuable coins are overlooked simply because collectors assume modern dates cannot be valuable, yet the finest survivors from 2015 prove that this belief is not always true. Grading is essential for unlocking the full value of a 2015 P. Roosevelt dime. PCGS and NGC use advanced lighting and magnification to evaluate strike quality, surface condition, and luster accuracy. A coin that looks ordinary in your hand might qualify for Mint State 67 or Mint State 68 under professional evaluation, and once certified, the coin becomes far more desirable to collectors who specialize in modern high-grade Roosevelt dimes. Now let us reveal the two highest verified auction prices for the 2015 Roosevelt dime with the P Mint mark. The most valuable example ever recorded was a stunning Mint State 68 full bands coin that sold for $128. The second highest verified price was around $50 for a high-grade Mint State 67 full bands example, proving that even modern coins can reach strong prices when preserved in exceptional condition. Now let us reveal the estimated extreme high price. If a flawless Mint State 68 plus full bands or a new discovery of Mint State 69 full bands were ever identified, experts believe it could reach between $150 and $200 in today's competitive modern coin market. Perfection in modern dimes is extremely rare, and collectors pay attention when such examples appear. For error coins, a bold off-center strike, a missing clad layer, or a strong double die from the 2015 P series can sell anywhere between $100 and $300 depending on eye appeal and grade. Error collectors appreciate modern mistakes because they tell unique stories about how the minting process occasionally fails.